All right, movie lovers. 2015 is a wrap. It's now
Done.
2016. It's the playoffs. It's award season. We about to break it down and let you know what to expect this award season. We right on the eve of the Golden Globes when I got the number one film critic in the country, Mr. Sean Edwards,
What's
here
up, baby?
to talk some movies with you. So, I mean, what could we expect? The Golden Globe nominations been
They handed
out.
them out. They
Oscar
announced them.
nominations coming out
They
this
coming out,
week.
yeah, this week.
Producers Guild's out. SAG is out.
Writers Guild's out. Critics' Choice is out. It's the same. That's what's so frustrating about awards season, because you sit there January 1, every Friday you watch all these movies that come out. And there's a ton of movies that people love. Like they love Jurassic World. They love The Force Awakens. They love Straight Outta Compton. They love all these cool movies. And then you sit back and watch all these award nominations roll out. You like, where are my movies?
Yeah.
Where are my people?
Yeah.
Like, especially like if you Black, Hispanic, Asian, where are my people? There's like, it's always no representation. And you know, it's some good movies featuring Blacks, Asian, and Hispanics, you know, in front and behind the camera. But for some reason, come awards time, they never get no love. So we're going to set the record straight right here. But we also going to tell you, like, if you playing big money, we're going to tell you the movies, the actors, the actresses, the directors, and all the filmmakers where you need to put that big money down. Like, if you're in an Oscar pool, we'll have you winning it. But we also going to voice our opinion on who should have really got in on these joints.
So let's give the audience a little bit of background. So like the different award shows have different categories. So you know, Golden Globes has TV and film. They do comedies and musicals.
And they do drama. So they break it down a little differently than the Academy Awards. And then you have like the Critics' Choice, where they break it down to like best sci-fi horror, best action. Everybody's looking to find that, you know, they're trying to set themselves apart. So they try to do little things, but at the end of the day, you know, they do these little things to make themselves different. But at the end of the day, it's all the same, because don't nobody care about nothing but best picture, best actor, and best actress.
Well, let's start
Sometimes
with
best director.
Let's start with best picture. Like, so the Oscars a couple of years back added it, so it's like now 10
slots.
10 slots. And out of that top 10, there's only one person going to take it home. And Directors Guild and Producers Guild is a good indicator of what's going to be a best picture. So one good thing we got going for representation is that Straight Outta Compton got a Producers Guild award. Ice Cube, Will Packer, all of them got are nominated on the Producers Guild.
That's big. That's big.
Add that to their SAG nomination for ensemble.
That means the acting was dope.
The acting was dope.
I mean, the acting was dope.
Was dope. It's a dope movie, so I'm gonna say that's gotta be one of our top 10 movies.
Well, yeah, because then it got the trifecta, because it got a Writers Guild nomination, which means the movie was written very well. So when you got a well-written movie that's well acted, that's well produced, it seems like it's a slam dunk to get the Best Picture nomination. I ain't holding my breath. That was my favorite movie of 2015. Like, that movie was number one, like, by a long stretch, just because it was timely, it was dope, the acting was on point. The music was incredible. I guess one of the best biopics I've seen in my life. So I'm not sure. I'm real nervous about that one getting in. Now, the X Factors, if my man F. Gary Gray, who directed Straight Outta Compton, gets nominated for a Directors Guild nomination. Those haven't been announced yet. That's
January
usually
11th.
Yeah, that's usually the slam dunk. It really shouldn't come down to that, because I didn't see 10 other movies better than Straight Outta Compton.
Right.
I'm just gonna put it out there. There weren't 10 other movies in 2015 better than Straight Outta Compton.
Critically and box office.
Right. No, yeah, it made $200 million worldwide. So I mean, when you have a box office hit, it got great critical reviews, because I mean, like, you know, a lot of people go by Rotten Tomatoes. It's like 88, 89 on Rotten Tomatoes, which is solid especially for that type of film. Let me tell you, because I don't know who in the world votes for that. But it's got all the criteria necessary for a Best Picture nomination. But I have thought that before, like back in the day with Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
And then on Oscar nomination day, it's like no Best Picture nomination. And Dreamgirls got something like 9, 10, 11 like nominations in other categories and didn't get a Best Picture nomination. So I'm not holding my breath, and I will protest. But I think because it's so timely with all the police brutality and the Black Lives Matter campaign that's out there, a lot of that, you know, a lot of the movie's elements mirror what's going on today, which is sad, because it took place 25 years ago.
But that affects the judges. I mean,
it does. It has to be because that historical component. I know.
There's real people. They watching the news. They're here, and the other nod about Straight Outta Compton, it's true. I mean, it's like a lot of these movies make it in there that are fiction, but it's a true story, and that's, you got to give some weight to the truth.
Yeah, they try to give it.
They
try to. I know. My man Will Smith. They tried to give it a little kickback, because they were like, you know, they left out some elements about some of the things that happened in terms of their interaction with women. I mean, it wasn't a documentary though. It's a feature film. Right. If it's a documentary, then I'll go at him about that. But it's a feature film. So my number one choice of the year has always been Straight Outta Compton. I hope it gets that Best Picture nomination. But let's talk about some other contenders.
Definitely The Revenant. That's one of my favorites of the year. I like The Revenant, and he didn't like The Revenant as much as me, as you could tell. I was really struck by the performances.
It was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty.
It was pretty.
And I think when you put that against Hateful Eight, it was prettier like without 70 millimeter.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was, the Hateful Eight and that whole 70 millimeter thing. That was for hardcore film geeks. I mean, I can go film geek on you right now. I just choose not to. The Revenant is much better than Hateful Eight. I mean, Quentin, he has a passion for writing. He has a passion for directing. I think sometimes he goes a little overboard, but I appreciate The Revenant for the filmmaking component, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because the cinematography and the editing was on point, but the story left me, for lack of a better word, it left me a little cold.
The Globes chose a movie that I wasn't feeling that much, which was Steve Jobs. I wasn't that big a fan of this iteration of the Jobs movie. I thought it was too soon from the last one. I thought the last one was done well, and I
did not like Steve Jobs at all. I didn't like the way they structured the movie because it basically is centered around 3 different product launches. I thought it was way too talky. I thought it was overwritten.
I thought it was
I know. I thought it was overacted. I know a lot of people are digging Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs. I didn't feel it. I was bored with it. I just never bought into Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is not getting the Best Picture nomination, and it doesn't deserve it. I think Michael Fassbender is still going to get nominated. I wouldn't put money on him winning because I think Leonardo DiCaprio from The Revenant is going to walk away. I got big money on Leonardo DiCaprio in the Best Actor category, but I never felt Steve Jobs from day one. The Golden Globe nominating committee's tripping.
Yeah. Movies that we probably won't. Well, we might see in this top 10. You talked a little about The Force Awakens. Big box office hits opening in China this weekend. It's probably going to be the biggest movie ever. It might take over Avatar, but is that the type of movie that we normally would see in an Oscar nomination category?
Well, the original Star Wars in 1977 got nominated for Best Picture, but it was an original idea back then. I called it way before I even saw the movie months ago, like way back in like January, February. I said Star Wars The Force Awakens is going to get a Best Picture nomination. It's a lot of factors why. I mean, it's a cultural phenomenon. It's just too big and powerful at the box office. I mean, Titanic got a Best Picture nomination. Avatar got a Best Picture nomination. I don't see how it doesn't get a Best Picture nomination. I'm not saying it's one of the 10 best movies of the year. It's a fun movie. It's great from a nostalgic point of view. I didn't think it was one of the 10 best, but I think it will get nominated for Academy Award. Plus, at the end of the day, ABC, they need people to watch the telecast. It's like the second most watched live show of the year. If you really want people to tune in, Star Wars will get a Best Picture nomination. I don't know how you ignore something that a whole bunch of people went to go see.
I think they might just get it nominated just so they can have Lupita walking across the carpet again. I mean,
you got it's a lot of that, and have J.J. Abrams show up, and Harrison Ford show up, and Carrie Fisher show. I mean, just a lot of the ancillary things that go around this whole award season. Star Wars, they have those critical components that will force people to pull the trigger when it comes time to vote. I mean, I don't know how you. It's like when the banking systems fail. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is too big to fail.
Yeah,
it's just too big to fail. Like I'm not saying you have to give it an Oscar or that it even has to win, but it's too big to ignore. So I think it'd be like that 9th or 10th slot. Like it'd be right there at the tail end where it's not going to dominate the night. But at least it's going to be there so people can tune in. It's just too big. It's too big.
Yeah.
How can you ignore it? Star Wars is everywhere.
Speaking of too big to fail, another movie, The Big Short, kind of took on that too big to fail thing, and it was it felt a little Wolf of Wall Street, maybe a little bit. I mean, but do you think that movie would be in there?
Yeah, no. I love The Big Short. The Big Short is definitely getting nominated. Number one, it's got a terrific ensemble cast. The subject matter, it's a smart and an important subject matter, but done in a really cool way by director Adam McKay, which still blows me away because he's a dude that directed the Anchorman movies.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the hell this came from. I don't know, but he killed it. He's got an outside shot to get nominated as Best Director, but no, The Big Short's definitely getting nominated. And if you want to put money on a movie that can upset the night of the Academy Awards, make that big upset, like when they announce Best Picture winner, they say, and the winner is The Big Short, don't be shocked. That's like my dark horse. Because it's a cooler, smarter version of Spotlight, where it's a smart movie about an important subject matter that just happened recently that was done really well cinematically. I mean, that's what the Academy members tend to lean toward.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of heavyweights on that cast that, a lot of actors vote.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell. I mean, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lining up to be a real big dark horse favorite for real.
Yeah.
So, and I liked the movie. I thought it was cool.
I thought it was real cool.
I mean, I had to watch it twice to fully, because I'm not really into finance like that, so I had to watch it twice to fully understand.
Any movie they got Margot Robbie, I could watch twice though. Margot, even if she was just in there for a second.
That's a whole show by itself.
You brought up Spotlight, and a lot of critics are loving Spotlight. I keep hearing it on these tours and people talking about it. What's your analysis of Spotlight? What are you thinking?
Spotlight is like, remember a long time ago there was a movie called Sideways?
Yeah.
It's like the critic's choice. Spotlight's like Boyhood.
Yeah.
Like, critics feel they have to like that movie. Like, I have to like it because it's about an important subject matter, and it's got a lot of members of the cast that I like, and it was done well, but it didn't motivate me. It didn't excite me. I appreciate it because it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not a great movie, and it's definitely not the best picture of 2015.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like that favorite because it got a lot of critical acclaim from critics groups, but critics don't vote for the Academy Awards. I mean, that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. Real critics don't vote for the Academy Awards. It's like comprised of like actors and producers and directors, so it could lean a little differently. I know people want to put it out there as the front runner, but if it is the front runner, it's one of the weakest front runners in a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't want people out there think I'm hating on Spotlight. I mean, in the Catholic Church and all that, and the art of journalism and the skill that it took to write that story or those series of stories. But I started off as a journalist, so I have a great appreciation. But I also realize that there's some better movies out there that I would give that golden statue to.
One movie that I like, I don't know if it's a best picture. I mean, but I would be happy if it got one of the 10 slots.
At least a nomination. Oh, I love Creed.
I thought more than anything, it was just an amazing triumph for a franchise that I thought was dead, and that the way he infused a new story into it was just, I mean, it was amazing.
No, it's great. I mean, Creed is essentially Rocky 7, and the original Rocky back in 1976 won Best Picture.
Right.
And this is toe-to-toe. It's right up there with the original Rocky. I mean, I know it's similar in tone and theme and style, which same thing as The Force Awakens, but the people that love Star Wars don't care. The people that love Rocky don't care. It was a great movie. It made you feel good. It was a crowd pleaser, and Sylvester Stallone delivered the best performance of his career. Michael B. Jordan was great. I love Tessa Thompson. I wouldn't be shocked if it got a Best Picture nomination, kind of like how The Blind Side slid in back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I actually think Michael B. Jordan has a better shot at getting nominated for Best Actor than the picture getting the Best Picture nomination.
But Sylvester Stallone is probably
Oh, he's in.
He's in.
Is he going to win or not is the question. He's in. I mean, that performance, man, he had me I was in tears. I mean, I like Creed. But Michael B. Jordan did kill it, but Sylvester Stallone was great.
There's some other historic directors that are competing.
Wow,
you
the
got
directing category
Ridley
is
Scott,
tough.
and you got George Miller. What do you think about The Martian and can Mad Max be considered as a Best Picture?
Well, I'm gonna sit here and tell you right now, if I were an Academy member and I had my vote, I would vote Mad Max number 1. I mean, Straight Outta Compton was my favorite movie of the year, but if I'm looking for something that could actually win, I would give my vote to Mad Max was incredible. I mean, it's just the way it was made. It was so organic, and they real stunts, and they're out there in the middle of the desert, right outside South Africa, doing all this crazy stuff with these crazy cool costumes and exotic makeup, and these huge set pieces that you never seen before. I mean, at the end of the day, when the Academy announces a nomination, I think Mad Max is going to have the most, anywhere from like 9 to 12 if Charlize Theron gets in as Best Actress, which I think she deserves. I mean, she was great in the movie. I actually think Tom Hardy should get in as Best Supporting Actor. He was great in the movie as well. I mean, George Miller, who directed it, I mean, I like to think of the best director directing a movie that no one else could direct.
Right.
Like who else on the planet could have directed Mad Max Fury Road? Like, you go down the list of all the directors working in Hollywood, and it goes right back to George Miller's the only dude that could have directed this movie. Like, somebody else could have directed Straight Outta Compton. Somebody else could have directed Bridge of Spies. Someone else could have directed Spotlight. Somebody else could have directed Carol. Someone else could have directed Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Hell, somebody else could have directed The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But it ain't nobody else that could have directed Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
So that's why he should stand head and shoulders above everybody else. Even somebody else could have directed The Martian. I like what Ridley Scott did with The Martian because he took like that book is complicated as hell, and he turned it into a rah-rah crowd pleasing movie that everyone could buy into.
Right.
I mean, he had a lot of help from Matt Damon, who is good in the movie and maybe deserves a Best Actor nomination. But Ridley Scott's got that lifetime achievement thing sort of like hanging over. Like, do we give him this award for The Martian the way we gave Martin Scorsese the award for The Departed?
Yeah.
It ain't the best movie he's ever directed, but the time is right.
Right.
And that's what it's about sometimes.
And these names, these are going to be the movies that the audience going to be like, what movie is that? I never heard of this. These other movies that are being considered are Youth and Danish Girl and Brooklyn, and these are going to be movies that probably you'll see on TV, you wouldn't have seen in the box office, and you're probably going to be upset if it wins. So you're like, who is that? But I think we went over a good amount of it. Who are we missing? Anybody that?
Well, the one movie I would keep an eye out for is Carol. Because I think Carol has a good shot to like be right up there with Mad Max. It could get like maybe 8, 9, 10 nominations at the end of the day. I did too. I get why people love it. Lesbian love story, 2 great actresses, terrific director. I mean, Todd Haynes is a good director. At the end of the day, but that movie did nothing for me. And it's not because it was about 2 lesbians. It just didn't do anything for me. It was slow. It was boring. Same thing with Brooklyn. I appreciate a great love story. It was slow. It didn't do nothing for me. Like I said, I sort of like the crowd pleasing movies this year. The Martian was cool. I love Mad Max. I'm pulling for Straight Outta Compton. Creed was terrific. The Force Awakens. Come on. Who doesn't love a little nostalgia? But I mean,
and wouldn't it be great to have 10 nominees that people like really love the movies?
That's what it should be about. It should be about really great movies. It should be about great movies that a lot of people love.
Right.
And there's some really good movies that people love. So hopefully it works that way. You just never know.
All right, so check out some of these clips from some of these movies that you're gonna see this year, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about Best Actor. Now let's start with supporting. We gotta say Best Actor for a little bit.
Do supporting.
We're gonna do supporting actor and actress when we come back right here. Y'all stay tuned.
Y'all just got a snapshot of how Americans really feel. We gave the people a voice. We gave the people truth.
Yeah, but your songs, they glamorize the lifestyle of gangs, guns, drugs.
Our art is a reflection of our reality. What you see when you go outside your door?
I know what I see.
And it ain't glamorous.
You get AKs from Russia and cocaine from Colombia.
And ain't none of us got a passport, so might want to check the source.
Yeah, next question.
Will you be more careful about what you say, how you say it?
No. Probably not, no.
Why? Freedom of speech includes rap music, right? But we exercising our First Amendment as far as I'm concerned.
And the government wrote that.
See, you ain't got mixed emotions about bringing a woman to a rope.
By woman, you mean her? No, I do not have mixed emotions.
So you taking in the Red Rock to hang?
You bet.
You gonna wait around and watch it?
Oh, you know I am. I want to hear her neck snap with my own 2 ears. You never wait to watch them hang?
My bound is never hang, because I never bring him in alive.
Never.
Never, ever. We talked about this in Chattanooga. Bringing desperate men in alive is a good way to get yourself dead.
Can't catch me sleeping if I don't close my eyes.
I don't want to work that hard.
No one said the job's supposed to be easy.
No one said it's supposed to be that hard, neither. It's that little lady. That's why they call him the hangman. When the handbill says dead or alive, the rest of us shoot you in the back up on top of a perch somewhere and bring you in dead over a saddle. But when John Roof, the hangman, catches you, you don't dive no bullet in the back. When the hangman catches you, you hang.
Jobs insists, I'm
I
quoting,
didn't invent math.
28% of the male population of the United States could be the father.
I wasn't saying you slept with 28% of American men. I was using an algorithm based on the blood test, which said there was a 94.1% chance that I'm the father.
You're trying to publicly paint me as a slut and a whore.
Believe me, I'm not trying to publicly do anything with you.
2 million people read Time. How am I
It would
supposed
be more if they put me on the cover, but Dan
I
Cocky
applied for
decided to
welfare
kidney punch
yesterday.
me. I'm sorry?
I said I applied for welfare yesterday. The Time article said your Apple stock was worth $441 million. And I wanted to ask you how you felt about that.
Well, I feel like Apple stock has been dramatically undervalued. This would be a good time to get in.
You don't know a thing about me. What I've seen. We all need to run.
Hope is not lost today. We must face them. Fight them.
Sure you're up for this? Hell no.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
So, I pull out the 14 most damning docs and I attach them to my motion. And they prove everything. Everything. About the church, about the bishops, about law.
And it's all public. Because your motion to oppose Roger's motion is
public. Yeah, exactly. Now you're paying attention.
And so I could just walk into that courthouse right now and get those documents?
No, you cannot. Because the documents are not there.
But you just said they're public.
I know I did. But this is Boston. And the church does not want them to be found. So, they are not there.
Mitch, are you telling me that the Catholic Church removed legal documents from that courthouse?
Look, I'm not crazy. I'm not paranoid. I'm experienced. Check the docket. You'll see. They control everything.
Everything I got is moved on, and I'm here. But you know what? It's okay. Because I said to myself, if I break, if I'm hurt, whatever, I ain't gonna fix it. Why bother?
And I'm just some bum that's living in your crib, just nothing.
You're a good kid and a good fighter. But you got your whole future ahead of you. Mine? Back there, like all them guys on that wall. In the back. In the past.
1,200 kilometers in diameter, bearing 24.41 degrees.
That's tracking right towards us.
Based on current escalation, estimated force of 8,600 newtons.
What's the abort force?
7,500. Anything more than that, and the math could tip.
Begin abort procedure.
Let's wait it out.
Prep emergency departure. We're scrubbed. That's an order. Martinez, how long before takeoff?
12 minutes.
Visibility is almost zero. Anyone gets lost, hone into my suit's telemetry. You ready?
Ready.
Commander, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Hey! We might be able to keep the map from tipping! Watch out!
So what kind of name is Belavet?
It's Czech. It's changed originally.
It's very original.
Well.
And your first name?
Therese.
Therese, not Teresa.
No.
Therese Belavet. It's lovely.
And yours?
Carol.
Carol.
And we're back. I'm Jamal Finkley once again right here at Revolt Studios with the #1 film critic, Mr. Sean Edwards.
What's up, man?
We just gave you the rundown on all the best pictures. Now we're about to talk about some of the actors and actresses, and let's start with Best Supporting Actress. It's ladies first. This is the ladies first. I mean, Best Supporting Actress. You got a couple of nominees coming up. Helen Mirren, of course. Jane Fonda, maybe. Who should we look for in this category?
Well, my #1 choice for Best Supporting Actress is Kristen Stewart for The Clouds of Sis Maria. I know people are like, what? The girl from Twilight? But if you've seen that movie, she's good. She's amazing. She's won a couple of like critics groups awards, but she's solid in that movie. I think she really, really does deserve a nomination. So I'm going Kristen Stewart. I love Jane Fonda in Youth. I know the performance was small. She wasn't on screen for a very long time, but I thought she was really powerful in that movie. I would love to see her pick up a nomination as well. I actually like Youth probably more than most people that actually saw it. I just love the way it was done, the way it was written. The subject matter was very meaningful, very important to me personally. So that movie connected. So I would love to see Jane get some love right there.
I mean, we talked about Carol for Best Picture. Do you think Rooney might be considered?
I think she's gonna win.
Oh.
I think Rooney Mara is gonna win. I mean, she's solid in Carol. She's actually a tad bit better than Kate Winslet if you want to have those two compete side by side. I mean, having people compete in artistic endeavors is a little weird in the first place, but I actually thought she was a little better in the movie, but she's definitely the front runner to win Best Supporting Actress.
And of course they went Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs, which
she wasn't bad. She was probably the best part about Steve Jobs, actually, and then so was Jennifer Jason Leigh was the best part of the Hateful Eight. Which she's probably going to get nominated as well, but no, I think Rooney Mara is going to walk away with Best Supporting Actress.
No love for Helen Mirren in Trombone.
It's tough. I don't think so. She has an outside shot, but nah, she's definitely not winning.
I'm going to go with that. I think that's a great analysis. Let's talk about supporting actors. My number one supporting actor would probably have to be Tom Hardy. I mean, I don't know. The Revenant must have just hit me at the right moment, because I looked at those performances and it was just like, wow.
Well, here's the deal, though. The funny thing about it, when you walk away, or when I walked away from The Revenant, I actually thought Tom Hardy's performance was a little bit more powerful than Leonardo DiCaprio's.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to call it.
Exactly.
Everybody's like, Leo's going to win. Leo finally going to win. But I was like, Tom Hardy was a little bit better.
Yeah, Tom kind of stole the show in that movie.
Yeah,
no,
he didn't kind of. Tom stole the show in The Revenant. Yeah, like, if you've seen it, Tom steals the show. I mean, he's great in that movie. I mean, he's had a great year.
Yeah.
I mean, Mad Max, Legend, The Revenant, Tom showed out this year. So maybe it's the cumulative helps him like get over that hurdle and take home the trophy. He's a great actor. Yeah. But he was better than Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant. I don't know. Sylvester Stallone in Creed.
Was that his best performance ever?
That you can take seriously. That you can take seriously. Yeah, that you can take seriously. That was his best ever. That you can take seriously. Yeah. I mean, but getting lost in the shuffle is Idris Elba for Beast of No Nation.
Yeah. Netflix original. I mean, that's big just to have a Netflix original.
I think he gets nominated.
I think they got the Golden Globe.
Yeah, I think Idris Elba. I mean, that's my sentimental favorite. My long shot. I think he gets nominated. He deserves it. I mean, he was good in the movie. He was really good in the movie.
One of the other long shots that I'm pulling for is Jason Mitchell, who played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton.
Man,
I mean, it was a great
if there was
performance.
any justice in the world, he would win straight up, hands down. Like, here's the problem with a performance like this, and it's you gotta listen closely how I frame this up and phrase it. The problem with Jason Mitchell playing Eazy-E is, I think that a lot of people who have the power to vote think that's him. Yeah. They think Jason Mitchell's Eazy-E. Therefore, it really wasn't a stretch for him. Yeah. This dude is nothing.
He's from
like
Holly Grove. Right. He sounds like Lil Wayne when he talks.
No, his lifestyle is nothing like that. Yeah. The job he did in bringing Eazy-E, a.k.a. Eric Wright, to life is right up there with what Jamie Foxx did with Ray, what Will Smith did with Ali, and they both got nominated for Academy Awards. Like, seriously, I don't understand how this performance is getting lost in the shuffle this award season. It's one of the more amazing performances of 2015. Like, Jason Mitchell should get nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and should win. Yeah. I don't even understand why not. Yeah. Like, he's not even going to get nominated. He should win. Yeah. Like, he's better than Sylvester Stallone. He's better than Idris Elba. He's better than Tom Hardy. He's better than all these. I mean, he should win Best Supporting Actor. Like, I mean, the ensemble got nominated for SAG. Yeah. I don't get it. I do not understand why he's not in the running.
So is this a year that David O. Russell gets nobody from his cast nominated in any of these categories?
Yes. There's no love for Joy. I actually like Joy. There's no love for Joy. I don't even think Jennifer Lawrence is getting in for Best Actress. Yeah. I do not think so.
Well, The Big Short, I mean, Christian Bale.
He's good. Steve Carell.
Good.
Ryan Gosling. Good.
Anybody gets one.
It's going to get one, at least one. It's a toss-up between Christian and Steve. Not sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Not
they
sure.
both did amazing performances.
Right,
and
I'm not sure. It's
going
to be
to
at
thing
least
about
one.
Christian Bale is that he takes on all these characters. He's always amazing. And
He's great.
sometimes that hurts you.
He's
like
already
sometimes
won,
you're so good
right.
that they
take it
see
for granted.
people take it for granted. It kind of happens to your boy Jake Gyllenhaal for Nightcrawler. It's like nobody really. They seen him play so many great characters.
It's going to be one. It's probably going to be Steve Carell because Steve Carell's never won an Oscar. I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But yeah, no love for anybody in the David O. Russell film Joy. Not this year. This year. Not this year.
All right. Well, that's
not even J-Law. I know, man. It hurts me because I love J-Law, but man, I love me some J-Law, but she ain't in this year.
Well, that's our supporters. I mean, I think like you said, Jason Mitchell is one of my favorites. But if I had to put money, I think it's gonna be Sylvester Stallone's years. It's gonna be like a big emotional speech and Adrian.
Yeah, I'm going Sylvester Stallone as well. But man, Jason Mitchell, come on! If there was any justice in the world, at least a nomination.
When you come right back, we're gonna talk about the lead actors. Y'all gonna love this. Stay tuned.
One of them fellas is not what he says he is.
What is he?
In cahoots with this one, that's what he is. One of them, maybe even two of them, is here to see Domergue goes free.
Are you sure you ain't just being paranoid?
Our best bet is this duplicitous fella ain't as cool a customer as Daisy here. He won't have the leather patience it takes to just sit here. He can't handle it. He'll stop waiting. Try and create his opportunity, and that's when Mr. Jumpy reveals himself.
And what you got to say about all this?
What I got to say about John Rhys Ravens? He's absolutely right. Me and one of them fellows is in cahoots. We're just waiting for everybody to go to sleep. That's what we're gonna kill you.
Excuse me. Hi, honey.
The therapist called. You did it again.
There were no cabs. What was I supposed to do?
You're running around like you have to right every wrong in the world.
Okay.
So angry.
Fine. You know what? I'm a mean guy, and I'm pissed off. You have no idea the kind of crap people are pulling, and everyone's walking around like they're in a damn Enya video. They're all getting screwed, you know. You know what they care about? They care about the ball game. Or they care about what actress just went into rehab.
I think you should try medication.
No, we agreed. If it interfered with work.
You hate Wall Street, but maybe it's time to quit.
I love my job.
You hate your job.
I love my job.
You're miserable.
I love my job. I love my job, honey.
Mark.
Cynthia, I'm okay. I really am. Hey. No, my cab. That's my cab. That's my cab. That is my cab. Not schmuck. I'll call you later.
No, I don't even know what I'm doing here because I got other plans in my life and this wasn't part of it. Your father was special. Tell you the truth, I don't know if he's special. Only you're gonna know that when the time is right. And it ain't gonna come overnight. You're gonna take a beat, you're gonna take this, you're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna see if you got the right thing. But you gotta work hard. I swear to God, if you're not gonna do it, I'm out.
Like every punch I ever thrown has been on my own. Nobody showed me how to do this. I'm ready.
And we're back, and we're giving you all the info on what to expect this award season because all the bowl games are about to go down. Critics, SAG, Golden Globe. So y'all just stay tuned. If y'all look at this, you're going to know who to pick for your winner on your little application or whatever box. So
Oscar ballots, Oscar
ballots,
Oscar pool, win that money.
You do this and send us some of the money because we're giving you the inside
scoop. Win that money.
So what are we doing?
Lead actress.
We're doing lead actress.
Lead actress.
The leading lady of the year. And who's the big kahunas this year? I mean, who we expecting?
Well, everybody likes Brie Larson. A lot of people like Brie Larson in The Room. I like Room a lot, and yeah. I liked her in that movie. I mean, she would be my front runner. I'm actually leaning for her to win, but I also love Long Shot. I love Charlize Theron in Mad Max. I mean, I thought she was great. Alicia Vikander, she had a great year with Ex Machina.
Yeah,
and she just did her thing. Danish Girl. I mean, she just rocked out this year. Even in her flop, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., she was good. So yeah, so she had a really good year. My dark horse would be Charlotte Rampling from 45 Years. I know a lot of people don't know that name. Please go Google, look her up, then go watch 45 Years, and you'll be like, oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Like if this thing was fair and balanced, I mean, she probably should win. I mean, she's good, but Brie Larson in Room is also pretty incredible as well.
Another great performance, but it hasn't been getting any love this award season, so I doubt it's going to get the nomination, is Emily Blunt in Sicario. It's like the movie was great. She's great in that.
She was good. I know. I mean, Sicario's getting a little bit of love, but for some reason, it's not. They're not throwing none on. They're not throwing none on Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt's probably the best action female lead in a long time. I mean, going back like years, like I'm talking about going back years to all the way to Sigourney Weaver. I mean, she was good in that Tom Cruise movie that I always forget the name of. Was it Day After Tomorrow or whatever? Edge of Tomorrow, stupid title. She was good in Looper a long time ago. I mean, she's great in Sicario. I mean, she does action nicely, and she can act as well. I don't know why she's not getting love. I mean, her and Charlize Theron delivered two of the best lead actress performances of the year, and they're not getting much love.
Right, and of course, Cate Blanchett is going to be in the mix because she's Cate Blanchett, and
I'm still, I don't think Jennifer Lawrence is going to get nominated for Joy, but I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if she did. I just would.
So your pick, I'm putting you on the spot. Who's your lead actress winner this year?
Brie Larson, Room.
There we go.
Brie Larson, Room.
Lead actor, the big kahunas. Every fangirl who's been mad since Titanic.
This is it right here.
They're like, this is our year. Leo's gonna get it.
This is it. Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's a big year in the actor category for big stars. Because you got Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant, Johnny Depp for Black Mass. He's not getting nominated. Will Smith, Concussion, Outside Shot. And Will Smith gets nominated, the first person he should call is Chris Rock. Because Chris Rock's hosting the Oscars. They do not want another Oscars so white # campaign.
Because Chris Rock gonna clown him.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. You don't
tell the truth.
You do not set yourself up for failure that way. You don't invite millions of people to watch a telecast to get clowned.
Yeah.
So if Will Smith gets a nomination, the first person he should call is Chris Rock. Yeah. Especially if Straight Outta Compton doesn't get the Best Picture nomination. Like, someone's going to be the benefactor of, oh, we can't go there again. Is it going to be Will Smith for Best Actress, Idris Elba for Best Supporting Actor, or it's going to be Straight Outta Compton for Best Picture? But it's not going to be a complete whiteout.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, if it is, I'll be shocked, and I'm going to sit back and watch. Yeah. Because it's going to be must-see TV. So, if Will Smith gets in, thank Chris Rock, please. Yeah. Seriously.
People are talking about Bryan Cranston for Trumbo.
Maybe. If the movie was better, it'd be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
The movie was just okay, so I'm not sure. Because I still think Michael Fassbender from Steve Jobs, which, is going to get nominated. I mean, so it's starting to get crowded.
It's crowded because we haven't even said Eddie Redmayne, and he's coming. He's trying to go back to back on some stuff.
I don't know if Eddie Redmayne's going to go back to back, and I'm telling you, watch out. Michael B. Jordan, Creed. It could still happen. So see, it's real crowded. Like, it's still a real crowded field. The only thing I know for sure is Leonardo DiCaprio is getting nominated.
Well,
I know that. But everything else, though, I don't know. It's really, really crowded. I'm not sure.
That might be the toughest category this year is the lead male.
It's a lot. It's a lot of great performances now.
And they've been getting nominated in different.
The problem why it's so stagnant is a lot of great performances, but there's not one standout movie. Like if there was like a slam dunk standout movie, it'd be game over. But it is not. So we'll see. But I think it's Leonardo's to lose. But you never know.
Well, that's it for this pre-show for the Golden Globes. Y'all check out the Golden Globes on television. And we're going to come back. And after the Oscar nominations next Thursday, after we got the official list, we're going to really break down who the winner is.
The surprises,
so
the
y'all
snubs,
stay tuned right here.
The who got kicked to the curb.
The biggest snub. We also, when we come back, we're going to talk about the best fashions of the year. Who's going to be this year's Lupita on the carpet.
Wow.
And everything else. So y'all just keep it locked right here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.
They don't want to talk to you. Football does not want to talk to you. Like my daddy, a Louisiana judge, always used to say to me, son, God is number one, and football is number two. Look, the league has kept everyone in the dark, and you turned on the lights and gave their biggest boogeyman a name. What's happening now, what you think they're doing to you, that's nothing.
I made a deal up ahead, safe passage. I don't know if it's still any good. Get back in the hold. Keep the hatch open. I need you here. You may have to drive the rig. It's all here! 3,000 gallons of gasoline, just like you asked. I'm gonna unhitch the pod.
You said a few vehicles in pursuit, maybe. We count 3 war parties.
He needs to play with something real. I'm worried about him being on the phone.
He's doing fine.
Well, I don't give him my phone, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't give him yours.
Okay, well.
Great. I just want him to connect with something.
Joy, he's really doing fine.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm supposed to be happy.
You just need to rest, okay?
No, I don't. I don't need to rest.
That's what the doctor
That is not what the doctor said. You don't know what he said because it was a confidential conversation and you don't know what he said.
All right, all right. I feel like you're impossible to talk to right now.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, you're not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. You have no idea what's going on in my head.
Yeah, well, try me. I have asked you.
And then what? Then every time you look at me, that's all that you see?
When I look at you, Joy, I will see my daughter.
Where'd you get this? Mexico?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I ought to knock you out myself. You know how many times I had to carry your father up these stairs because he couldn't walk? Is that what you want? No, you want brain damage. Yeah, you do. You want to be so brain damaged you can't form a sentence.
I can get hurt doing anything.
Apollo didn't get hurt, he got killed. People get killed. I didn't take you in for you to go backwards. You're better than this.
I'm leaving soon. I'm going to be fighting full time now. So I wanted to tell you face to face.
You are your father's son. And you're part of him. But it doesn't mean you have to be him.
Get your service weapon out. Gun.
Gun. Gun left.
What are the rules here? Stay in your vehicle. You can do what they do. If they get out, you get out.
Wait.
Get out of the car.
Jesus Christ.
Overpay! Señor, tus manos! Don't move! Overpay!
No. Compás. Suelta la pistola. Tírela. Pregunta, paisanos.